I came to bring the pain, hardcore.
To your lug nuts, it's time for an overhaul! You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?
Hey, welcome to the Blunt Force Experience.
Blunt trauma, blunt force.
Blunt trauma,
two Mannys.
Blunt trauma in between two Mannys.
Good news, hip hoppers. Today we got Manny in the house.
Hey, how you doing, Manny G? I'm over here.
Hey, forget about it.
Forget about it. Hey.
And you got your boy.
G was here.
Que hola, que hola.
And today we're brought to you on this. What kind of movie was this again? I mean,
fake runs.
Yeah, fake runs. Every time I ask them, like, oh, it's just fire sour, Yeah. So fake runs, but we're calling it fire sour for the sake of rebranding.
So we do have a little bit of Terramana, the Rocks Tequila, small batch, gluten free. Yeah.
Very, very, very preferred chilled.
Bottle number 85695, 100 proof agave.
Shout out, Rock.
Look,
Cause we smell.
It doesn't matter.
What the Rock was cooking with this tequila.
As signature, Dwayne Johnson.
Ooh, Dwayne Johnson. Did he write it personally though? Nope.
Is that real?
He didn't even sign it personally though. No. If he signed it personally,
he'll be the fucking man.
Then
he'll be the man. But I'm pretty sure there's some.
I mean, he's still the man. I'm just saying.
Batches like that. All right, check it out. I brought out these fine china out here, boy.
We about to find China tonight.
This is straight from China.
Straight from China?
Straight from China.
Let me see the bottom. Say made in China.
And then say made in China.
They don't say made in China. I don't believe it made in China. Then you're fake.
Good friend brought it from China. Gave it to me. So.
I was good friends. There can only
You're
be
my
one.
best friend.
There can only be one. Together we're one.
Salute, brother.
Salute. I'm sorry if I get you in trouble again tonight.
Probably will.
It's okay. It's okay. As long as we get in trouble together.
Every time.
I can't help it. I can't help it. It's in my nature, bro. It's in my nature. For people to love me, but agitated by me at the same time.
Oh, it's not your fault.
I mean,
Just blame Manny.
it's Manny being
Oh,
Manny.
look, what are the chances that falls right inside my drink?
How'd that happen?
I go to post it off.
You know what? I'm gonna do it this time.
Yeah, you hold the
I think the
bottle.
light beer's got you already.
I'm fucked up, man. Well, cheers to this.
Cheers, salutes at the beginning of
Salute
the
to
show.
Firewater positivity
Yep.
in our system. This is to
the
George
beginning-
Floyd, baby. George Floyd.
George Floyd at the beginning of the show. Here we go. Oh,
I feel like a samurai. Oh.
delicioso, delicioso. Goes good with a little sweet water behind it. And I'm rolling blunt in the meantime, so y'all be posted for that inhale, that spark, that puff of magic, and you'll see the slow down after that.
Smoke that good. We got that good.
good.
What do you guys smoke? We smoking
Yeah, leave it in the
Dutch
comments, leave it in the
Masters,
comments.
babies.
What's
Dutch
your
Masters
favorite
Palmas.
blunt?
I swear by these motherfucking things.
So what's
Only
your favorite one Dutch for the rest of your life?
Dutch Master Palmer.
Dutch
This
Master
is-
Palmer.
I
All the
swear
Dutch,
by
the
this
game
shit.
blunts, the
Yeah, fuck that shit.
the white owls.
You know what I do miss? I miss the big one, the big Dutch
The,
Masters.
the original sizes, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of tobacco we used to smoke, but we used to smoke some big old joints back in the day. Those things.
Yeah, for real.
And now they come out with the minis, but the minis is good because it's 3
Conservative.
in one packet.
Conservative. I don't gotta roll one whole
don't roll
Dutch
all
and then
that,
worry about
yeah.
how often I turn it off. I used to have to mark those Dutches back then with little scratching. Okay, I gotta stop here because it's all the way to have for the whole week, and I just rolled it all in one blunt. So let's just plug it 3 times a day, 3 times today.
How many blunts you smoke a day?
I don't smoke blunts a day. I usually smoke
No?
joints. I do joints.
You do joints?
Yeah,
You do long joints,
I try
small
to do
joints?
blunts. Not long joints. I do long joints.
You do long joints?
I do
For real,
long
you have
joints.
what long joints do you have at the house right now?
I should probably have them here, but raw, the long ones. 1.25s, but longer.
Use a filter?
Yes, I use a filter as well. But a lot
You
of times I
smoke by
make shift.
yourself more?
I just mainly smoke myself, yes. So I'll turn it off halfway. I'll smoke the whole thing, depending on how good it is. But if it's really good, I'll smoke it halfway, and then I'll play some video games. As I play, I'll spark it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off.
Is
turn it
that
off.
thing when Judith comes home and she's like,
She wants to smoke right away.
She wants to have a joint ready for her.
Not ready, just she wants to smoke when she gets home. It's not about, she doesn't really care about having it ready because She doesn't really go after it like that, but she does need a joint or blunt after work. Just
Or like a bowl or something?
yeah, at least a bowl.
You guys settle for a bowl?
Yeah, we smoke a bowl most of the time, yeah. Just because it's right there already. The hassle of rolling blunt in a joint. So you have to wait for it. Usually I just finished smoking before she got there. So she's like, fine, just put a stack of bowl. She likes joints though. She prefers joints.
Yeah, this house is a blunt family here. But I think over time it has to be bad for you.
Yeah, of course. I try to keep it joint straight.
So much tobacco just gets you fucked up, man.
Yeah, you get that nicotine rush.
You got addicted to that nicotine.
Yeah, you don't feel the same. You smoke a joint, like there's something missing. This the nicotine. You're missing the nicotine. When you don't smoke cigarettes, you know the difference. If you don't smoke cigarettes, you can feel the nicotine when you smoke these blunts.
I'm probably addicted to the nicotine.
You don't even know it.
Don't even know.
Let's see. So there's new shows on Netflix now.
What do you watch?
Some new animes. I like watching my anime every now and then. But what was it? Just some Japanese shit with I forgot what it was called though. The name wasn't as easy to remember as the show was, as the movie was. But it was that Good Spirit, Bad Spirit, and the Pearl, whatever. You haven't seen it yet, I'm pretty sure.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. Really good. Little kids, kind of I don't know, kid teenagers, I guess. PG-13, I want to say, I guess.
Oh shit.
It's alright. It's good.
I haven't been watching. I just been stuck on that 90 Day Fiance.
Still?
Yeah, it
Still
keeps on
watching?
going.
You like yourselves,
Joffrey and Ladia, the Russian chick. So the story between them is this guy meets this Russian chick. He goes over there, flies over there, pours his heart out, says he has a background, like he went to prison because of selling drugs. And then I was behind him, but the mother didn't like that. You know, she didn't like that this guy was holding his back, and Vadia was feeling kind of weird. So towards the end,
oh, she didn't know either.
She didn't know either, so she felt kind of weird about it. And he was just opening up. So towards the end, while he had like his last days in Russia, his last day, he proposes to her, but she says, "I think maybe we should wait." Mind you, they've been talking to each other for like months or years, who knows, on the internet, but they never seen each other face to face. So the first time they ever see each other face to face, it's only been 2 weeks. So pulls out the ring. She says, "Oh, maybe we should wait." He feels heartbroken, so he goes back to the United States and cuts it off with this chick, right? Like, no, we're done. Like, you turned me down, this and this and that. It's like, no, I don't feel like this would be the end, this and this and that.
You think that's an extreme thing to do?
Kind of, but at the same time, the Russian chick was putting a hard time on the guy because he was opening up to her and letting him know, like, she was being very judgmental. The whole family, they were saying, like, I don't know about this guy anymore, this and that. Man, you took a chance, went to Russia, met your friends, did all this. It was a lot of ups and downs up in Russia.
I mean, I feel like there was an opportunity for him to explain that situation in his life if he knew it was gonna be a big deal online.
Yeah, if they've been talking for months, he probably should have said. But that's understandable that you don't want to let anybody know like something like that sometimes.
But if you think that's gonna ruin a marriage, why would you hold that back last?
Yeah, I guess. But they haven't been like, they're just like talking online. They haven't seen each other. This is a chick from Russia, so whatever. This guy goes back, has a best friend that's a girl, or a good friend. The girl always wanted to be with him. He ends up saying, I'm ready to be with this chick. So it seems like he's now with this chick, living with her. Da 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 da. Russian girl all of a sudden decides to take a trip to America. Mind you, this is 90 Day Fiance. This is for them to get visas and some of it's true love. So she drives up. She goes, "I'm gonna get my man." Goes over there, knocks on the door to surprise him. He has no idea she's coming. I was like, "Oh my god!"
She's an American?
No, she's Russian. The girl's Russian.
What's the guy? American?
The guy's American from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And she's trying to get a visa here. He's trying to get a visa there.
Well, if they get married, the whole 90 Day Fiance thing. Yeah. Like, you get married, you have to stay together for 3 months. It has to be real. You have to apply for certain things, and then the other person get the American visa, so they can go to America whenever they want and work. She ends up coming to America, surprises him. He opens the door. He's like super in shock. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get my man back." She's like, "Oh, I miss you." And all of a sudden, you see the girl in the background. Oh my god, my heart dropped. It was fucking insane. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, the girls start going at it. what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And it's like the girl talks in a heavy accent too. And it's like, this is my man. You need to leave. Goodbye. You need to go. Whatever. I was like, no, are you serious? So the girl that's in the house gets so upset that she ends up walking away and thinking like this guy's gonna be with her or some type of way. But I guess he doesn't follow at all. And
so he gave up.
So then he's like, this girl's like, I came here. I came to surprise you. I didn't book anything. I didn't I came here to stay. So this guy's. It's funny because it seems like it was crazy how he was committed to this other chick already. Like he's I'm done with this girl from Russia. I'm ready to fucking be with you. This girl's out of my life, and all of a sudden now he's like kind of catering to her a little bit. So they go out as friends, and all of a sudden the girl comes out. The girl that was in the house, the friend, I forgot her name. She comes out to the same place where they're at, and now such an awkward situation. So the two girls have to sit down again and talk and listen. You need to go away. It's so funny how that girl, the Russian girl, like claimed her man. Like she literally came in there, disrupted everything, and now she's like sleeping with him and this and that. But then, at his defense, he said like, "Well, the first time I saw you, like, all those feelings that I thought I threw away, like they're all there, and it's like I couldn't like hide that, and I'm getting all these feelings again, and this so then." Whatever. Finally, like she's finally all in it always, and he proposes to her towards the end, and he says something so gangster, so like amazing. Like she explained to her like, when you left, it made me realize that I didn't, I wanted to be with you, and I wanted to wait time. I didn't think it was the right time, but no, that really made me. So then. He goes, how do you see our future? And he goes, he takes a pause and looks down and he goes, Adi, I just want to let you know, I love you. And he said, like, the way he said it, it just felt so real. Like, I love you, and I just love you since the first time I saw you when you walked into the house and all the ups and downs.
Getting all fluttery.
Yeah, she goes, okay, so where's my ring?
Ring.
So then finally they proposed to each other.
Got a letter.
But it was dope. It was a dope episode. It was dope. That story ended up being like really good. From what it was to the beginning, we're like, I don't know about this Russian chick.
Is it the newest episode?
That's like the only one that they actually found love like that. All of them like kind of broke up, or like they're all in the hell area. Big Ed, you know who Big Ed is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not with that chick no more.
Officially, there's no chances. Oh, I heard on Instagram they got a bunch of proposals after that. After his denial, he got proposed by a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
What do you think of them? They're just hopping on the fame.
Who you talking about?
Big Ed.
Big Ed and
after they broke up, he got a bunch of proposals after that.
Yeah, of course. He's
He's a figure now.
Yeah, he's a figure. The guy has a certain look.
I don't care if you have another neck. You can stick your neck out for me.
Hopefully, he finds somebody. Ed, it's not my teeth. It's my stomach. It's an ulcer.
He's spread back on my ulcer. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm very, very angry. If I take test, you take test.
Why didn't he?
I copy all the accents for all those people. I copy them all.
I put mine on silent this time.
Yeah. Hold on. We got Frankie Doodle tuning in.
Oh, we got a special guest on the line today.
Frankie Doodle. We have Frankie Doodle special line.
Welcome to our podcast,
Welcome
Frankie.
To the podcast.
you are now on not another quarantine radio.
I just gotta say that I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you
very much. We appreciate the love. Yes, it's always welcomed here.
I'm a big fan, man. I listen to you guys all the time, man. Like sometimes even while I'm sleeping, just because it's so peaceful.
I know it's good to work out in, good to wake up in the shower. We just do it
when you wake up, before you go to sleep, after your alarm goes off, before it goes off. Just have it playing in your sleep so you subconsciously receive it.
I subconsciously listen to you guys all the time.
No, I'm telling you, I did it myself too. I wake up forgetting that I'm the one who's doing the show.
Well, I hope you guys are going on tour because I would like to get some tickets soon. I'd love to see you guys.
You can always start off being on the show, and then you can be a guest.
Yeah, you got to be a guest on the show, Frankie. When are you gonna come slide by and be a guest?
Our boy Frankie Castillo, a childhood friend.
It would be an honor to meet my idols.
What you doing right now, Frank Cuba?
Look at this motherfucker.
Tell us a little about yourself, Frankie. Where you from and where you at right now?
Well, right now.
How old are you?
I currently have the discipline and my dog. I'm actually a 29-year-old looking to, well, we can say this for the interview. We can say this for the interview.
No.
Hey, you already here.
You're in it already. You're in the interview.
This is the interview, brother. You're in our show. We're literally recording right now. We're not joking. We're being serious. You're in our podcast right now.
Yeah, we're 15 minutes in.
We're 15 minutes in our, what do we call it again?
Well, as a fan, I have to admit that, you know, it's nice to connect with you guys.
This guy's still eating shit.
Broski Brothers and Between Two Mannies.
We call the show either Broski Brothers. You let me know, because listen, it's between.
I like
It's Broski Brothers, Blunt Trauma, or In Between Two Mannies, like in between two ferns. You see, that one always has the best reaction. Really, pros.
In between two Mannies.
Yeah, because I have Manny A doing it with me, and I have Manny G doing it, first starting it off with me.
Man, you know, I was going.
But Frankie, I feel like Frankie has a lot to say about George Floyd and what's going on with the riots.
Oh, I'm off, bro. You know, I'll be going off on that topic.
Yeah.
I'll be going off on that topic. I'll burn George Soros to the ground.
Tell me how the beach is doing over there.
Well, currently, my area is, you know, it seems fine. Residential area. Don't really have any issues out here. But over the bridge, right over the bridge over there on 36th and Biscayne, that is closed off. I don't even think I'll be able to leave the bridge or leave the beach and then be able to come back on.
Oh, because there's still curfew today?
It's not about the curfew, it's just
They kept the beach closed. They're supposed to open the beaches today, and they decided to keep it closed because of the
I
riots.
want to say protest. It's from 3 to 6 is usually a peaceful protest until things start getting loud and people who aren't even Miami and people who aren't even from here, or you know, other races that are taking advantage of looting
Number
and
two.
making it feel like it's the black people when it's
Just
not
sit
just
there.
black people.
Nasty.
People all around the world that are actually, you know, and all of this, if you guys get a chance, read up on George Soros, talk about him.
Who? George Zorro?
George Soros.
Oh, Soros.
He's a big time billionaire, a funding millionaire that funds militias and people anarchists that fight against governments and.
All right, we're having our specialist pull it up right now.
Basically, guys that break the rules, you know, and what he supposedly has done is that he set up, you know, certain areas. I don't know if you ever got a chance to see like just some piles of bricks everywhere.
Yeah, what was that about? I saw those piles of bricks everywhere. What was that about?
So you know, just
It's a setup.
Just like the government has done before, you know, they usually, you know, the government usually drops.
They give the gas to feed the fire.
Yeah, they put guns in like rough urban neighborhoods, so that
It's one of the tactics used in other countries in order to help. What is this? Syrup. In order to overthrow other powers in other countries, they do that. They go and supply them guns to the local rebels and shit in order for them to syrup. I forgot the word, but I can't say the word right.
I would like to see what
Usurp.
that would do for that. You know, in the end, it's basically, you know, there are people who there's a backside of this whole entire story. It's not all about George Floyd as it is everyone that we've lost, white, black, Hispanic, and you know, and what's sad is that, you know, we've all had our eras of tough times in every race, but the black people have had throughout their whole life. You know, they've been enslaved forever, and that diminished with their image. So, you know, it's sad that there's no sense of equality when it comes to all of this. You know, I think the government's scared also that we outnumber them. We would overpower everyone else.
Yeah, I saw a thing over there saying that they're scared. The police force over there was scared because it was pretty much 4 civilians to 1 officer. And then I saw a reply saying, yeah, well, that's what was 4 cops on 1 guy, you know? So you feel the same thing we feel, except you guys have guns pointed at us and not vice versa, you know?
I mean,
If you're feeling scared, imagine how we feel, you know?
Remember, I mean, I don't know if you guys knew, but my family are police officers, detectives, captains, lieutenants. They're in it, you know?
Yeah, I have cousins too. They're in their force.
You know what it is? That I know my family have always been good cops. But I know, you know, even if I were to put myself in trouble, they would probably say, if you put yourself in a position, you're going to get locked up, and then we'll take you out. But you need to learn a lesson from what you've done. And they're in discipline of a way of the book, like by the book, you know, like not they're here to protect, but also here to say like you can't just do what you want, you know, which is what people are doing now.
I think everybody should watch this thing called A Class Divide, and it's about a teacher called Elliot, and she talks about eye color discrimination. So basically what she does is that she grabs everybody with the color of blue eyes and says they're superior, they're smarter, they're this and they're that, and they get everybody with the brown eyes as dumber, they're a little slower, you have to talk to them a little slower. So it saw how the class kind of shifted, and it made the brown eyes obviously feel bad, the blue eyes feel superior, they didn't want to hang out with the brown eyes. And then the next day she said, you know what, everything I told you was a lie about blue eyes. It's actually the brown eyes that are superior, the brown eyes are smarter, the brown eyes are this, and the blue eyes, are obviously the inferior. So she asked questions to the students of the blue eyes, like, how did it make you feel? And they didn't make me feel good. I felt lower, I felt this and felt that. So then she basically makes the point, like, listen, why would you judge somebody by that eye color, right? The same way you would judge somebody by their own color. How did that make you feel? You made you feel outcasted, and that's how basically that we have to look at things. Like, why would you judge somebody by their eye color?
I see a lot of where that comes from. Actually, that's a cool concept.
It's something stupid, right? You discriminate somebody because of their eye color.
I mean, what's dumb about that is that people don't know that we're all connected in our ancestries in so many ways. Like, for example, one of my friends that was in high school, his name was Blue, and he was a black friend of mine, but he was dark black, so it wasn't like a distinguish of him being light skinned or him being Hispanic. No, he was African American, guaranteed. But his ancestors, through slavery and travel and different things, he was called Blue because he had ice blue eyes. He had ice blue, so everybody called him Blue. They would always be like, dude, like, where did you get your eyes from? Like, you have gorgeous eyes, but where did you get them from? and that means in itself that through time and slavery and trade and exchange, that slaves at the time found love with white females.
Oh yeah, they did it all the time. We're at work.
And
white women.
People, and the white people at the same time have had slaves that they have slept with themselves. So they hide things under the table all the time when it comes to equality, or they I don't know where they come from, where they're coming from with all this. But in the end of it all, we're obviously out of uniform. We're the same people. In uniform, some people are just doing their job. There's they have to protect their others. Just like if we were police officers, I would throw my life in line for you guys the same way. There's a breakthrough of what's a good cop and what's a bad cop, and what's an educated person and someone who just doesn't know morals or have value, or maybe they're just really down in the dumps in life that they just have to find something to either feed their family, feed their kids. We don't have jobs. Some are not collecting. Some are not able to collect. Some are, it's a lot of abusive things that, if we all did at one point, if police officers were told to kneel with us and in a moment of silence and realize that you're in a uniform and you're black and you're in a uniform, you should be hurting with your brothers. You're white, you're in a uniform. You should be hurting that these people are dying.
You know what I saw? They said they kneeled with them, and 10 minutes after, they started beating the shit out of the protesters. They did that shit for the cameras.
A lot of these things come down to is that we don't really know a lot of the stories. And a lot of the things we see on media is what the media wants you to know. Yep. So just like the media can tell you blue eyes are smarter and brown eyes are dumber, everybody and their mother will go by that because that's what they hear, is what they think they know. That's what they research. It's
a fucked up situation, definitely for minorities, it's definitely for African Americans and police officers too. That's a stressful job for all parties. It's a bad fucking situation, a bad day. And you know what? The most important thing, though, that everyone has to remember is like everyone's going through a bad time, but you know who's having the worst time or had the worst is George Floyd. He lost his fucking life.
Exactly.
You know, he's the one that paid for all this shit. So
that is very, very true. You know, I've wanted to be. I've actually wanted to be just because at one point, you know, like my family's in it, so I know I could have always joined, but I fear for that because
it's a high stressful job, man. They go through these any call. Imagine it can be your last day. You never know. You have to approach these people sometimes like they you know, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, you just never know. You know,
a lot of sketchy characters out there, but you know they say, hey, you have to act normal around these guys, but you never. Sometimes people don't understand what they go through every day. What places they have to be put, and what day of work. You know, regular Monday, I'm here in fucking, you know, dealing with a shootout or something. Who knows?
All in all, it just comes down.
One damn in Overtown, the next damn in Kendall.
I've said it's about like three different things. You know, it's about give respect, earn respect. You know, and another thing is it's this whole George Soros thing
George Floyd.
is alarming. It's alarming to see that there are people under the radar that can create groups to influence. Now it's turning into a political, you know, because
fuck yeah. I mean,
the people in a way to
look at these people. We've been trapped for like 2 months. 2 months inside a fucking house, fucking getting broker by the minute, and then you know this kid that went jogging, you know, gets shot, and then boom, this is George Floyd, another person like this. Boom, you know, people went.
It's crazy. It's education. It's just education on both sides. It's on both sides of the story. It's about
I'm surprised is like the rioting. The rioting is crazy to me. How like they can just like break down a community.
Yeah, but you know.
But you know that always has to come to.
Denying the people of that descent or that place. You know.
Yeah.
You know, there's. You know, I had a friend of mine that was going around his motorcycle, and he says that, you know, all he did was ask people, "Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Hey, where are you from?" And everyone was saying all different places, Atlanta, places from up north, you know, all these different places from up there that are going through it also, you know, and he was like, and he was asking him, like, how did you, you know, like, you know, why are you here, you know, and
for the looting.
They people about the way they said things, but basically it's shown to be proven that George Soros has been sending people over in riding buses and trying to create this trauma, which in education-wise is why I speak about education, is because, like, you know, we're not acting like human beings. We're acting like animals. You know?
Yeah, I noticed, like, at least in the videos, it seems like it's more younger adults doing it. You know, people in their, like, mid-20s, you know, young 20s, teenagers out there just rebelling. But then there's like people like just fucking breaking windows. Like you saw that video of a cop just breaking windows at AutoZone.
No, I've seen a lot. I've seen people get into dealerships, getting the keys to a Mercedes. And
oh yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah.
I've seen a gentleman smoking a cigarette and just telling the police officers, why are you aiming your guns? And one shoots him in the hand and then shoots him in the leg with a rubber bullet, and the rubber bullets are penetrating.
Yeah, I saw a girl, just brutal. With a fucking huge mark on her forehead.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
I posted a video recently.
People getting pulled out of the car.
A man crying about his business, and he's screaming at his fellow, race or his fellow peoples or people who are in his neighborhood, and he's just crying about how he worked his life to get where he's at, and they're all destroying it. And what makes you think that man had insurance? What makes you think he had money to put up for it? What makes you think that the government didn't help? We're tearing ourselves apart.
It's just crazy how, we were just on lockdown, and again, now we have a curfew lockdown. We can't be out at night.
I mean, this is something that has been tearing me apart for many years, man, because I'm a very equal person, man. Gay, yellow, brown, black, doesn't matter what color, shape. I get along with everybody. You guys know that more than well. And it tears me apart, man. It tears me apart. That's a good looking man right there. But you know what I'm saying? It tears me apart.
You just been seeing a ceiling this whole time. I felt like you had to see a face.
I see that racial comments, black and white on black, and this stuff is, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, like, it's so sad because you get turned away, you get turned away. But I mean, I've always felt more for the black community than I have for the white because privileges, you know. Privilege.
Yeah, it's a fucked up situation.
Like the things that they don't have.
Like, how do you even fix this? Like, how do you even go?
Hey, how about this time? How about this time when we got pulled over? How about this time when we got pulled over at the beach because we didn't have our headlights on? Who's driving the car? Travis. We got pulled over by an officer. He goes straight up to the window, sees Travis, and starts pretty much giving him a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Until he kind of pulls down the window, opens the back door, and he sees me, you, and Fernie in the back of the car.
Yeah.
And then they started acting correctly. And then we got let go off a warning.
Yeah.
Right on the beach.
Woo.
But even Travis felt it. You can see it in Travis' eyes. He goes, bro, like, thank God I had you guys here with me. You know,
it would have been
like,
done.
I remember that. I remember that story like it was yesterday, bro. And the nervous.
Yeah. I was.
You know, that was. You know, the lights were beautiful.
They were very vibrant that day for some reason. Almost like a filter was over.
At that time, we kind of wanted them to turn off the lights.
Yeah.
It was too distracting.
Thank God we were trailing off, you know, to somewhere else.
I mean, you know, and the end of the day, bro, we didn't really look for that stuff. So it's about it's the education you grow up with, man. Is people gotta, you know, you have to educate them. So it's like even people online and people how they speak about government, they speak about politics, and this has nothing to do with Trump, bro. All of this, none of it has to do with specifically Trump. Are you crazy?
I think so. I think a little bit has. I think a lot has to do with Trump. I think there has to be like some type of balance, and for some reason, when Trump, I think, since Trump is in like that position of power, a lot of people feel like that man doesn't speak for me, and as much as he probably gets business done. And the numbers are right.
He has
some people don't. He has so much people that they don't agree with him that it will never function. And this is what happens. Like, look at all the craziness that's been happening. Like, people are rebelling, people are fighting. This is because, and I don't know. It's just weird. It's a chaos. It's chaotic almost.
I mean, the reason why I said my argument there was because I'm actually a Democrat. You know, so I'm not here to bash whoever is the president of those days. Because think about it, even Obama was the most well-educated, poetically speaking, spoken man, but he could have been. We wouldn't even know if he was doing the dirtiest things under our eyes or under our noses.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's Trump's fault. It's not Trump. Well, in certain degrees it is, but it ain't Trump's fault. It's just people don't like him for whatever reason, and it's not gonna work out.
And I don't blame him. Because you know what?
I mean, shit, people were out there rioting. For the first time, the White House fucking turns completely blank. They turn off the lights because he had to go in his bunker. And people are outside with fucking pitchforks and shit like that, like chaos. Like, come outside. How crazy is that?
It's crazy.
How crazy is that?
Like I said, it's weird because, you know, there's a lot of influences out there from so many different, like, you have your militias, you have your anti-governments, you have your anarchists, you have violent groups and police, you have your, you know, your Black Lives Matter type groups, you have all these different styles, you know, that have different styles of beliefs and thoughts. We haven't yet to find the key to, like, join us, you know, and like I said, it's hard. It doesn't matter who could have been president right now. It doesn't matter. It could have been anybody. It could have been JFK, the best president that I think in time was the best president. You know, it could have been anybody. And shooting, if anything, goes down to who's the face. Who is the face? Who is the person? Is the president? So it doesn't matter which way or another. All of these things are a young crowd that are just destroying communities. They're not within our age or above us. Our age and above, we're like, why are you destroying everything? We pay money for those taxes.
Yeah. But they're doing it. Let's all remember they're doing it because cops are beating the shit out of people.
Yeah, no.
And killing people.
That's the fact of it is. But we need to use the beating of to grab the information and let them go.
They gotta channel that energy somehow. Yeah, that's why they have to vote. They have to vote these people out, these corrupt people out.
Threaten that their life of their job is in their hands. You know, do a test that says, what do you believe in a sense of a community of colors, of talents. I don't know, like it's a difficult part to put into play, but it has to be given by both sides of the story. You know, these 17-year-olds are not the words. You know what? If Trump doesn't speak for us, well, these 17-year-olds destroying these worlds and destroy our community don't speak for us, bro.
No.
They don't.
But this has been going on since the 60s, the 50s, the 20s.
My grandfather went through it. I come from a Republican Cuban family that has been through racial wars, racist backgrounds, and it's changed.
I feel like this time it's just a little scarier, almost, huh?
It's much scarier because
this time is just a little different for some reason.
We have a lot of cameras now. We have a lot of photos. We have videos. We have evidence. We have everything just thrown in. Like if we need to know something now, we know it seconds into it. So
yeah, it's very apparent that it's not that racism is making a comeback; it's that now it's being televised. So
exactly.
Like, understand how much as much as we're already televising, how much is not being televised. You know, how we know how long it's been going on for, but the mass that we're seeing, you know, it's surprising to show us even more how much really is going on, and more than we even recognize, more than we're seeing, and they see it all the time. So like, it's unfair to like for us to think that's crazy when they act a certain way. You know, and we all have some point of responsibility in this, one way or another, by recording and not doing anything about it. You know, it's turning a blind eye to everything. It's just like I heard a saying the other day that was basically if you have 10 bad cops and 100 good cops, but those 100 good cops don't turn into those 10 bad cops, then you have 110 bad cops. You know, because they're gonna say it's turning a blind eye.
Did you hear what Chris Tucker said?
There's a thing I'm not sure yet, but there's a thing in the Bible that says that that evil only succeeds when good men do nothing. You know, so it's like at the end of the day, evil succeeds if everybody just constantly records and doesn't do anything about it.
Of course, and it's easier to point a finger at someone than to actually act upon it.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker says you can't have bad cops and good cops, just like you can't have a bad pilot and trust a bad pilot to land a plane. You know, you can only have good fucking pilots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a good way to put it in. Put it into play.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day, like these people, like how they say they're paid on our taxes, it's like their job is to be first responders, to be you know, like the ones who protect us, the ones that come and first try to take us out of harm's way, not to come in and try to punish us and kill us for trying to keep the peace when the peace is for us in the first place, you know.
Yeah, man.
Like if this man was coming out trying to shoot and kill people, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's not allowed, and yeah, it's understandable how they treat them fairly. And then yeah, you see these people getting stopped for traffic stops just because of the color of their skin. They're getting treated like, oh, I'm afraid of this man because he's big. Or I'm afraid of this man because he's colored. Or I'm afraid of this man because of how he looks and stuff. You know.
Countrywide curfew is placed from 9 p.m. to Monday, Tuesday, 6 a.m. Yeah.
One thing is, we'll never really understand what technically the black people go through because
ever. There's no way.
You know, I get pulled over. I go, sir, it's yours. Yes, sir. No, sir. Is anything wrong? You're doing your job. If I have evidence that I can fight against what you saw, then I will. I'll approach it to the court. But other than that, you know, I can't argue against a man that thinks that he's overpowered in his authority. So it all really comes down to, I don't know the side stories of how things go. I really don't know the deepest of what they really go through because, you know, I've gotten away through just being polite, or I've gotten one ticket just because of being polite, or just noticing that he has a gun, I don't. He's in a position, I'm not. Let me just act a certain way to not elevate the situation, you know. So, but then again, we don't have the hurt that they got through. We don't know what they really feel deep down inside, or what their ancestries, man. We don't know. We'll never know. That's the saddest part. You know, I've had a chat. Remember, I don't know if there was a time that I worked at Green Leaves, and I was cutting. So, we're young, and I was cutting grass, and we're making money. You know, and I was planting some plants over there. I was having a meditative moment planting plants, and a gentleman comes in and he says a funny little joke to the owner. He said something, I don't know, like something in the nature within an English joke, a dad joke, you know. And I looked up and I go, "Hey, sir," I go, that was a really funny joke. And and that was the first time I've ever really felt like a racial thing to me. He looked at me and he goes, wait, you speak English?
Oh shit.
And that was the first time, like, I sincerely can say this is what made me get the feeling of what they go through. Is I kind of just I paused. I was in shock. I was almost like when a possum sees a car in front of him, you know, like, you know. And I remember going up to him and I go, "Sir, I mean, I'm gonna have to school you really fast in 5 minutes of your time because I'm working. I was born in Baptist Hospital. I was born and raised here. I have Cuban family, yes. I have American family that are born and raised here also. I can speak English, Spanish, and I understand Portuguese, Italian, all of these different things that I can understand just because I know other languages. And your ignorance is going to say that you're more American than I am."
Huh. Está loco.
That's the things that people don't understand, bro. I'd rather know 7 different languages than learn English and stay in America and be ignorant.
There you go.
I'd rather...
There's more
You know what I think about it is, like, you know, I'm a Colombian Italian, but my kids are gonna be Colombian, Italian, Bolivian, Cuban, Chinese, and then no kids are gonna be like, yo, we just like, it's gonna be crazy. Like,
It's gonna be a snowball or a snow globe.
some people are just like, you know, straight something, and then they start. Eventually, we're just gonna all mix
So
in.
a snow globe of DNA.
I mean, word to my kid, that's what's gonna happen.
Check those stories of white...
the ultimate race is every race
of
united.
What they say, they think that are pure white American, and then they do an ancestry test and they find out they have black in their family.
Oh, I want to do that. Have any of you guys done 23 ID
I
or
have.
any?
I'm a quarter black.
You have?
What else are you?
I'm literally a quarter black.
You did it? You did the 23 Harmony or whatever it's called? Which one did you do?
Nah, he just looks at his waist.
No, it was my sister. Well, basically, my sister did it, and me and my sister are the same blood.
Oh.
You know, so she.
You never know. You never know. What if you're, you know? You don't never know if your mom went behind his back. You know? You never know, Frankie.
We're Eastern European, and then obviously Caribbean.
Eastern European and Caribbean? What did it say?
Yes, I'm from. Well, my ancestry of family or wherever we're from is from Africa. Then from Africa to the slave trade in Eastern European, and then from Eastern European we went over to America. And no, not America. From Eastern European, obviously, to the Caribbean, and then from the Caribbean to America. Yeah. So, you know, that's, you know, I don't know. There's so many people who are connected in so many ways they don't even know it. And I'm not walking around here saying, "Oh my God, your Black Lives Matter." Like I'm like, no, like I'm not trying to say it that way. You know, it's the way of how we all are eventually, and even are still. We don't even know it that we're all connected.
Yeah. Straight up. Oh, buddy. This is America.
Yep.
Watch out,
Look how we go. What you doing now, Flamps?
Yeah, what you doing, Frank?
See a lot of moving over here on your screen.
Chilling, hanging
You
out.
know, I had to discipline my dog all day today.
Oh no, why is he acting up? You got cabin fever?
See this guy?
You got cabin fever or what?
Yeah. Oh, it's Booty. Oh, your mama.
We're gonna go
Oh,
for
yeah,
a nice
Papa.
walk. We're gonna go for a nice walk, and all of a sudden I'm brushing my teeth and I hear
Oh, look who's coming.
all over the floor, everywhere, everything. he made a mess everywhere.
Scooby.
So I had to discipline him, and then now I washed it. I cleaned and washed everything. You know, his bed is clean, but I put the toys all around his cage so he knows that there's better things in life. Down. Sit.
Hey, Scooby. We gotta take a picture
Down.
so we can remember this. So
That's a
we
good
can
boy. Stay right there. Oh, I hate having to do this.
This is America. Setting the pictures up.
It's the worst feeling to
Why
do
do these
that.
cameras be editing?
And it's the same thing like,
And
you
this
know.
president, I don't like him repping me.
Oh, hey, what about that video of what's her name? Cooper.
But yeah, this is
Amy
America.
Cooper.
What?
Did you
All
guys
right,
see
get
the
in.
video of Amy Cooper?
Frankie, put your face in.
Yo. Hey, wait, but let me put on a hat or something.
Wu Tang, Wu Tang, Wu Tang.
Oh, this
Death is legal when death is the
This has
penalty.
been too controversial, isn't it?
Death is illegal when death is the penalty. Word justifies homicide.
Hey,
What do you
this
run?
has a little too controversial, don't you think?
What does that say?
Fuck what people think.
Fuck what people think. Premiere. Premiere.
Woo, 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 get it, woo, get it.
Let them know.
Oh, I don't have a hat. Whatever. Alright. That'll be the episode's cover.
Yeah, I miss you guys,
Yeah.
bro. I wish
What do you call those things again? You call them,
Yeah, I know, stupid fucking curfew.
They closed it down over here in this area.
I feel you, man. I mean, one of these early mornings.
you should have held the bottle on the picture. Like,
It's crazy. I messaged my, the vape shop, the guy that I go to the vape shop.
These
I
guys
showed him the
clickbait.
video. And he literally got there like 5 minutes before they were about to throw a brick at his window.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He like literally was like at the window, like, don't you dare, I will
Don't-
shoot you. Like, don't you dare.
Pulled out the strap. And like,
Yeah,
don't you
he's like-
motherfucker. Go
he
ahead.
said, "Don't worry, I'm super shocked." And I would do the same. If I had my business, I would go out there.
I heard there was a guy with a katana standing in front of his business store. Ready to chop some
I
people.
wouldn't care. I wouldn't care what color you are. I don't care if you're Cuban. I'll shoot you down. Don't even come at. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, like that's the lowest of the low. I think because of all that, we will never reach peace, man. We will never reach peace. But it has nothing to do with just like specific. It's not on the blacks, you know. It's everybody. It's white, black, yellow. Everybody's moving out there. Everybody's going out there.
Yeah.
But we can't say the young generation that speaks for us either. So we don't really know who's out there, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Woo!
Well, it was nice having me on the show, guys.
Yeah, man.
hey, Frankie, thank you for
Yeah,
joining us,
thanks
brother.
for coming out, man.
It was a
Appreciate
pleasure.
it. Yeah, thanks for
We
coming
really
out.
enjoyed it.
My dude.
You know, I'm glad
It was
I got
fun.
a little point across. Hopefully, you can make a difference.
Oh, yeah, we're going to put this bitch out there. And hopefully people listen.
All of them.
You know,
You gotta put all them out
man.
there.
I'm holding up for real, man. This is pride for everybody, man.
Yeah, man.
This is pride for everybody, man. Black Lives Matter, man. Save them all.
There you go. Save them all, baby.
If you incarcerated for marijuana, get out of there. Get them out of there. Why are we paying taxes for those guys?
Yeah, man. Stay safe, y'all.
Yep.
All right, brother. Hold on.